Yo, what is going on? Man, do we have a great fight for you today. This is an amazing fight. Oh, look at that. This is such a good fight. I'm really excited for this one. Um, I've watched this one probably 3 or 4 times in the past 2 days. I'm gonna say. This fight is extremely close. It is extremely active, extremely violent, and it is one that I think people have forgotten about. I think this happened during COVID, so there wasn't any audiences or anything like that. So, yeah, unfortunately, they didn't have a big crowd that they were able to fight it in front of, because this one would have had everybody hollering the whole time. This was definitely a great main event for just fight night. And yeah, so Dan Hooker versus Dustin Poirier. We are going to get into this one. So first off, guess we'll start by what I'm going to be doing. If you haven't watched these yet, unfortunately I can't stream the video. Hopefully I can get big enough to one day get that approved from Mr. Dana White himself. And basically what I'll be doing is just commentating what's happening during the fight, and then after each round we'll break down each round individually for like strikes, takedowns, control time, all that stuff. We'll break it down, and then continue on. This one was an extremely close fight. It was extremely fun to watch, and yeah, that sub, jab that like button, it helps out so much more than you would know. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight, and comment down below on what fight you want me to do next. Alright, so we're gonna get into this. Guess we'll get started, huh? So Dustin Poirier, he's ranked number 3 at the time of the fight. He's 30. Again, this is at the time of the fight, so this is, I think, was like 4 years ago, if I remember correctly. Anyway, Dustin Poirier, 31, 5'9", 156 with a 72-inch reach. Dan Hooker is number 5, ranked number 5, 30 years old, 6 foot, 155 and a half with a 75-inch reach. With that being said, we will get into this. Sorry, my laptop is like overheating for some reason. I don't know what's going on, so I'm sorry for that annoying humming noise you guys hear. Bruce is looking fresh. He's got a purple suit on. We're just going to skip through. Herb Dean is the ref for tonight's fight. So I'm just fast forwarding all the introductions. We're about to get started. Alright, round number 1 is about to begin. These two fighters are straight up dogs, touching gloves. Body kick by Hooker. Body kick by Dustin. Low leg kick by Hooker. Both threw a couple jabs, both blocked. Front kick by Poirier that missed. Hooker with a couple jabs, just trying to get his distance on. Body kick by Hooker. Body shot and overhand left by Hooker. Front kick by Hooker. Tapping gloves, finding range. Left jab that missed by Hooker. Straight right by Hooker that Dustin blocks. Low kick by Hooker. Another low kick by Hooker. Huge overhand right by Dustin. Left jab by Hooker. Woo. Body shot with an overhand left from Hooker. Front kick that Dustin catches and swings with an overhand left that barely misses. Front kick by Poirier that misses. This is Dustin's first fight back from a 9-month layoff. I think he had surgery or something. Low kick by Hooker. Woo! Woo! Hooker got him in the cup. Dustin said, "No, we're good." Another kick to the cup. Alright, we're going to pause this for just a sec. Listen. This is another reason why the Alex versus Hill fight really pissed me off about them. Everyone complaining about, hey, why didn't you stop the fight, ref? Like, you called time, he brushed it off, you should have separated him, all this stuff, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, there are so many fights that, I mean, here's this one right here, an example, right? It's two. That's two within, I think, 10 seconds, maybe less than 10 seconds of them fighting, right? Kick to the nuts. Poirier says, "Nah, we're good. We're chilling." No one's freaking out about it, right? Let's get into it. Dustin does say something pretty funny right here, and I'll let's get to it. Yeah. So Bisping says, "Dude, that's two. Come on, dude. Watch your kicks." And Dustin goes, "Listen to Bisping." That's too good. That's too good. Body shot with an overhand left by Hooker. Hooker threw that the whole fight. That's a jab by Hooker. Low kick by Hooker. Overhand left by Hooker. Body kick by Poirier. Ooh, straight. No, there's a straight left by Hooker. Overhand left by Poirier. Overhand left misses the Hooker through. Now they're on the clinch up against the fence. Hooker's got two overhand hooks, holding him, breaks free. These two are dogs. Huge overhand left that barely misses by Dustin. Huge overhand left by Hooker. Low kick by Hooker, left jab by Hooker. This would be a fun BMF fight to see. Man, Hooker's gotten so much better since this fight. Body kick by Dustin. Another body kick by Dustin. So left jab by Hooker. Left jab by Hooker. Dustin follows up with the 1-2. They separate. Dustin hits a right and a huge left. Then they go into the clinch. They're on the clinch. A couple elbows by Poirier. A 1-2-3 by Hooker to the body. A knee by Dustin. Overhand. Ooh, was that overhand left? Another knee. A knee by Hooker. Couple slaps to the side of the head by Hooker. An overhand left by Hooker. Overhand right by by Poirier, and an overhand right by Hooker. Whew. There's this explosive, super quick. Straight left by Hooker. A head kick by Poirier that I think barely glances. Low kick by Hooker. We're about 30 seconds left in the round. Body kick by Poirier. It's a left by Poirier. Left jab by Hooker. It got Dustin real good. Huge overhand right by Poirier. Low kick by Dustin. End of the round. End of the round. I just gotta skip forward through this little commercials and all this stuff so we can get ready for. Those elbows were nasty. Those elbows that Dustin threw were nasty inside the clinch. Huge overhand. You kind of do like a couple hammer fists that were in the clinch. When they were in the clinch. Alright, let's break down round number 1. Alright, so Dustin Poirier, 20 of 31 and 12 seconds of control time. Hooker, 33 of 67, which is 35 of 69 total strikes. Really a little bit different than Poirier with 9 seconds of control time. Let's break this down. So Dustin had 11 of 20 to the head, 8 of 10 to the body, 1 of 1 to the leg, 16 of 27 to the distance, and 4 of 4 in the clinch. Hooker, 14 of 42 to the head, 10 of 16 to the body, 9 of 9 to the legs, 29 of 62 at distance, and 4 out of 5 in the clinch. Pretty active round. Pretty active round. Breaking that down, as far as a judge's perspective, if you break that down, I think they gave the edge slightly to Hooker. Because they're both, I mean, they're both like kinda, both have the moments, right? Both kinda have similar damage. Body kick by Hooker. Overhand left by Hooker. Sorry, it's a jab. A body kick and a low kick by Hooker. Another low kick by Hooker. A left by Hooker. A 1-2-3 by Dustin. A knee by Hooker. A huge overhand right by Dustin. Short overhand left, and the right and the left by Hooker. Left jab by Hooker. A huge knee by Hooker. They're in the clinch. Dustin might be looking for a takedown here. He might be looking for a takedown. He's trying to get a trip on Hooker. Couple little short throws by Dustin. Another they're almost like uppercuts by Dustin. He's hitting about 5 or 6 of those. Dustin reverses, flips, elbow, a right and a left and a right by Dustin. Hooker's got him in a knee. A couple body shots by Hooker, uppercut and a couple more body shots. Another uppercut and a body shot, uppercut and a body shot. And an overhand left by Hooker, and then Dustin answers back with a left, right, left. They're back into the clinch fighting. A front kick by Dustin on the break of the clinch. Overhand left with the follow up with the right. Dustin with a jab. Dustin with the body shot. Body shot followed up with a head shot by Hooker. Low kick by Hooker. A 1-2 by Hooker. Body kick by Poirier. Huge overhand right by Dustin. Body kick by Hooker. Dustin is wearing blood. A right jab by Poirier. Low kick by Hooker. Jab, a 1-2 by Hooker, and huge overhand right by Dustin. Body kick by Dustin. Dustin is now bleeding. He's now cut open. They are in the clinch. Dustin's looking for another potential takedown, possible a trip. But Hooker's got good wrist control. Huge elbow followed up with the right by Poirier. Body shot. So that was a low leg kick by Hooker. Dustin answers back with the right hand. A straight by Dustin. Body kick by Dustin. A couple jabs by Dustin. Huge jab by Dustin. Dustin's swinging heavy, but just missing. He's thrown like 3 or 4 rights that have just missed. Barely missed. A jab, a huge overhand right by Poirier. Another right that misses. Hooker with the jab. Poirier answers back with overhand right. A knee that barely misses Poirier. That was so close. That was gnarly. Body shot by Hooker. A left hand by Dustin that misses. Front kick by Hooker. Body kick by Poirier. They're in. A one shot to the body, followed up with a shot to the head by Hooker. Body shot by Dustin. A straight with a jab by Hooker. Body shot by Dustin. Ooh, huge overhand left by Dustin. A great jab by Dustin, followed with the 1-2, and Hooker comes in and is just throwing. A couple to the head and a couple to the body. Dustin clenches up. Wow. A knee to the body by Hooker. They're both wearing blood. This is crazy. Uppercut by Dustin. Body shot followed with the right and a left overhand by Hooker. Huge right hand by Dustin. Huge left hand that barely misses and a right hand that barely misses. Dan is teeing off at the end of the round. 5. Wow, 5 overhands, followed with the knee, and another knee at the bell by Hooker. Wow. Cutmen are doing a really good job cleaning these guys up too. Oh my gosh. It's a bunch of uppercuts and body shots at the end there, yeah. And then he just kept going. Whew, alright. Let's get into breaking down round number 2. So, let's see, I guess we could do some... yeah, I guess we might as well, right? So, significant strikes, 48... I think my house just got bombed. What the hell? Fuck, man. That's what I like to do when nobody's like awake or like at home, you know, or like they're doing something peaceful and quiet. Holy shit. Anyway, alright, let's get back into this. Wow, alright. Dustin Poirier, 48 out of 83 significant strikes. Total strikes is 53 out of 88. 0 out of 6 attempted takedowns with 52 seconds of control time. Dan had 66 out of 98 significant strikes, 69 out of 101 total strikes. 18 seconds of that control time. So Dustin Poirier, 43 out of 47 to the head, 4 out of 5 to the body, 101 to the leg, 37 out of 70 at distance, and 11 of 13 in the clinch. Hooker, 47 out of 73 to the head, 12 out of 18 to the body, 7 of 7 to the leg, 60 out of 89 at distance, and 6 of 9 in the clinch. So Dustin was a little bit more active in the clinch, but overall, that's a clear sign that Hooker won that. Although Hooker does have a giant cut above his right eye. Let's get into round number 3. Touch gloves. Front kick by Hooker. A left by Hooker. Body shot. That was a body kick by Poirier. Huge 1-2 by Dustin. With just barely missing the right hand. That would have been clean. Calf kick by Hooker. Overhand right by Dustin. It might have been a hook by Dustin, but whew. Huge right hand by Dustin. A 1-2 by Dustin. A body shot followed up with a head shot by Hooker. Jab by Dustin. Hooker goes for a 1-2, body shot to the head. He's been doing that the whole fight. He did that the whole fight. Dustin follows up with a right. Dustin gets a body kick and a left right that lands. Huge overhand left that lands. Huge right hand that lands by Dustin. Double jab by Dustin. Body kick by... front kick by Hooker, body kick by Dustin. Body shot by Dustin. Dustin loses his mouth. Sorry, Hooker loses his mouthpiece. Dustin got an overhand that let his mouthpiece loose. Wow. That was a nasty jab by Dustin. Hooker goes for the takedown, gets it. Dustin has him in a guillotine. Hooker is fighting this guillotine. And he is out. Wow, Hooker is on top now. Dustin's trying to go for a triangle. Can't get it. Little annoying smacks and punches from the bottom from the both of them. Dustin's working. He's trying to get like a triangle or something, but Hooker's doing a good job at not letting that happen. Sorry, I am parched today. Wow. Clean elbow from Poirier out from the bottom. Another clean elbow from Poirier. And another one. And a 1-2. And, ooh, Dustin almost had an armbar. Hooker with a few lefts here. Hooker's just leaning his whole body weight on Dustin. Dustin breaks him free. Every time Dustin's able to break free, he throws something really nasty. So Dustin's trying to keep close. Sorry, Dan's trying to keep close on Dustin. We have about a minute left. Dustin has sat up. He's against the fence. He's just looking at the guillotine for Hooker. Sneaks out. Huge knee by Hooker as Dustin stands up. They're in out in the clinch. Body shots by Dustin. No body shots. Ooh, huge elbow and a three huge right hands that land by Dustin on the breakaway. Great jab by Hooker. Front kick by Hooker. Just feinting a little bit. Low kick by Hooker. Straight right by Poirier. Or sorry, left by Poirier. Both of them had a couple jabs at the end of that round. Man, these... Oh, I really like this fight would be so much more entertaining if we could have the audio and the video and oh man, you know. Alright, let's break down round number 3. I don't know if you can hear that, but that is really gonna piss me off in this video, just to let you know. Round number 3. We got we gotta do some takedown stuff. They had takedowns and all that, right? Yes, they did. Round number 3, Dustin, significant strikes, 28 out of 40, 38 out of 50 total strikes. 1 submission attempt that was failed. Dan Hooker, 20 of 39 significant strikes, 30 out of 51 total. 1 out of 1 takedown with 2 minutes and 10 of control time. Give me 1 second here and we'll continue. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Freaking kid wanted to play with some knives and he's crying about it. So, safety first, alright? That dude's gonna be a freaking gangster when he grows up there, I'll tell you what. Alright, where were we? I think we're on round number 3. Let's get back into it. Did I even break this down yet? Oh, not this one though. Okay, round number 3. I'm losing it. That threw me through a loop. Sorry, guys. Hit that sub if you have kids. Alright. 25 out of 36 to the head. 3 or 4 to the body. None to the legs. 25 out of 36 at distance, 1 of 1 in the clinch, and 2 of 3 on the ground, which are 2 really nasty elbows. Hooker, 15 of 30 to the head, 3 of 5 to the body, 2 of 4 to the leg, 15 of 33 at distance, 1 of 1 in the clinch, and 4 of 5 on the ground. Alright. Get to round number 4. So right now what I believe to be the case. Alright, I'm on my phone. What I believe to be the case is Dustin has round number 1. Oh, gotta get comfy again. Dustin had round number 1. And Dan has round 2 and 3. Being that Dan had the takedown, more control time, even though he didn't really do too much damage on it, the control time with the takedown, I think they counted more than the strikes that Dustin threw. So, right now I think it is 1 for Dustin and 2 rounds for Hooker. Alright, now let's get into round number 4. Alright, so we're going to break this down. So, actually, no, we'll just play this. So I'll break it. I got to break it down anyway. They just had an on-screen head, body, leg strikes as far as first 3 rounds. So, they touch gloves and they're on their way. Huge overhand left by Dustin that barely misses. This Dustin Dan thing's getting me all confuzzled. Both of them had a couple good jabs there. Good jab by Dustin. Great front kick by Dustin. Great jab by Dustin. Hooker with the 1-2, body to the head. Dustin with a great jab. Great jab by Hooker. Another jab by Dustin. A double jab by Dustin, body kick by Hooker. Huge overhand right that misses by Dustin. Dustin goes for a body kick. Dan catches it, takes him down. They are back up on their feet. Dan has his back and has a hook in. Dan has his back with all of his body just laying on him. Dustin has both hands on the ground, so he can't knee. No knees to the head. That would be an illegal shot. Dan's almost has a naked, but Dustin rolls out, breaks free. Hooker goes for another shot. Dustin's got him in the guillotine that slips. And Dan was able to get on top off of that exchange. Poirier kicks him off. A huge right hand by Dustin. Now Dustin gets his own takedown. They are along the fence. They're both kind of taking a breather here. Dan's kind of using his arm, keeping Dustin's head down a little bit. Dustin was able to get his hair clear. Now he's doing a couple of body shots to Dan. Dustin with some huge lefts to the head on the ground here. Couple elbows, couple more lefts. He's just tagging him a little bit with the left. Dustin has his back. Oh, too high forward, and Hooker almost. Oh. Dustin has a triangle. He almost has it. It looks like Hooker's got his. Ooh, there's an armbar. He's got an armbar. Hooker's stepping over and breaks through it. Wow. He could use a Dustin could use a kind of Kimura here, but his leg is stuck Dustin with some hammer fist. Hooker just trying to... Who knows at this point? Hooker's just stuck in a very awkward position. Up kick by Dustin. Hooker goes straight back down onto Dustin. Hooker now has a potential guillotine, but Dustin got him. Hooker's just giving Dustin his body. A guillotine attempt by Dustin. Super tight. Wow, Dustin shakes him off. Huge lefts by Hooker. Huge rights. Right to the body. Hooker's just throwing some rights to the body. And that is the end of the round. Wow. Yeah. Bisping said, I'm glad I'm not judging this, because I would never judge this. I'm like, yeah, dude. Tell me about it. They're in the corner. Both breathing extremely heavy. Dude, I think Poirier had that round. I think that was Poirier's round for sure. So overall, I think it's 2-2. So let's get into this round number 4. Significant strikes: 20 of 28 by Dustin. 43 of 53 total strikes landed. 1 of 1 takedown landed by Dustin. I think that was submission attempts, so it's 3 with a minute and 2 seconds of control time. Dan Hooker had 11 of 14 significant strikes, 23 of 27 total strikes, 2 of 2 takedown attempts that landed with 2 minutes and 8 seconds of control time. So we got 17 of 25 for Poirier to the head, 3 of 3 to the body, no leg kicks again. 9 of 14 at distance, and 11 of 14 on the ground. Dan Hooker had 5 of 8 to the head, 5 of 5 to the body, 1 of 1 to the leg, 9 of 12 at distance, and 2 of 2 on the ground. So that was clearly a most dominant round by Dustin. And right now, I think it's 2-2. I think Dan Hooker has round number 1 and round number 2 and 3, and I think Dustin Poirier has round number 1 and number 4. So it literally is going to be coming down to this last round, and we will get right into it. The 5th and final round. Low kick by Hooker. Jab by Dustin. These two are just exhausted. Huge overhand right by Dustin that just misses. He landed one just barely before that, and Hooker answered with a body shot or a body kick. Dustin's throwing a sneaky jab, keeping Hooker away. Front kick by Hooker. Straight left by Dustin. Straight right by Hooker. Body kick by Hooker. Overhand right by Dustin. These are nasty. Huge body kick by Dustin. Huge jab followed up with the left by Dustin. Hooker is so tired. None of his shots are really doing anything. He's just throwing them out there. Gets tapping Dustin. Had a body kick and then a. Okay, give me 1 second. This is unbelievable. I'm about to lose my shit. Fuck. Where were we? 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in round number 5. Ooh! Kick in the nuts. Hooker did, but Dustin says, nah, we're going. It's the last round. We're both dead. Let's just get this over with. I don't want to break. I want it over with. Huge overhand. Or I guess that was a straight by Dustin with a jab that follows. Hooker with an overhand right. Huge left by Dustin. They're both moving extremely slow, both breathing heavy. A 1-2 by Dustin. Both throws lefts. Dustin with a huge jab. Dustin go. Ooh. Looked like Hooker might have went for a takedown. Dustin let it happen and they're in a clinch. Ooh. Both straights. Huge, and Dustin answers back with another straight. Hooker goes for a takedown. Dustin's defending. He's got a double. And Hooker gets the takedown. Dustin sliding back to the fence. Dustin's trying to sneak into a guillotine right here. He's pushing on Hooker's head, trying to break free. Stands up. Both Poirier's hands are down. Hooker has his back. Hooker gets a hook in. And Dustin reverses with a body shot, fall with the head. And Hooker answers with a left of his own. Dustin jab is sneaky quick. Hooker goes for another takedown. Dustin holds with the guillotine. Another shot by Hooker. Hooker is completely exhausted. He's just trying to get him down to relax, I guess. Catch his breath. Take a second to breathe and break. Dustin has his whole body on weight on Hooker's head, just making it extremely hard for Hooker to breathe. Plus, he's trying to get Dustin's trying to get a guillotine pole. Hooker decides to stand, and they are in the clinch. Yeah, about 45 seconds left in the round. Huge uppercut by Dustin, huge knee by Hooker. Huge right hand by Dustin, followed with the left. Huge left. It looked like that might have dropped him, but while Hooker went in for the shot, Dustin had a guillotine that slipped. Dustin has his neck. Now, he's not quite on his back, so he can't get it in tight, but he does have that neck, cranking it a little bit. A small little hammer fist. 10 seconds left in the round. And he cranks on that neck again. Goes back to little short, little right and lefts. And that is the end of round number 5. Wow. I'm telling you, if they allowed crowds, if that bullshit didn't happen, you know, that pandemic that was supposed to wipe the planet Earth, that wasn't as deadly as what everybody was saying, that if you were a healthy person, it didn't really matter. It was almost like a flu. Anyway, since we got past that point, we are we're gonna go break this down around number 5. Alright, round number 5. If I can remember my cursor, there it is. Significant strikes. Dustin got 37 out of 49, which is 54 out of 67 total strikes, and 43 seconds of control time. Hooker had 25 out of 35 significant strikes, which is the same amount as how many he threw. 1 of 6 takedowns with 1 minute and 17 of control time. break this down. 35 out of 47 to the head, 2 to the body, no leg kicks for Dustin, 29 out of 41 out of distance, 4 of 4 on the clinch, and 4 out of 4 on the ground. Now Hooker did 17 of 24 to the head, 6 of 9 to the body, 2 to the leg, 23 of 33 at distance, 1 of 1 in the clinch, and 1 of 1 on the ground. So this is another clear round for Dustin. Actually, overall, it looks like Dustin, if we break this down percentage-wise, this should tell that Dustin took maybe the last 3 rounds. But, you know, it is what it is. Shit. Maybe I read the room wrong. Maybe Dustin did take all the last 3 rounds. Alright, I mean, that's easy enough for me. Yeah, maybe Hooker took... Dude, did Hooker just take 1 round? No, because he did do more damage on one of these rounds. So, Hooker had at least 2 rounds, I believe. I believe Hooker had at least 2 rounds. From the breakdown of that, it looks like he might have only had 1. But, again, he did more damage in one of those rounds. Even though he didn't land as much, he definitely did more damage. I think it was in round 3 where he had more damage. So, or round 2. Round 2. Yeah, round 2. So, anyway, Dustin Poirier with the unanimous decision of a win, and they are both walking out bloody, exhausted, breathing heavy, completely gassed, straight up dogs. Now, there's this thing going around about the BMF belt, which I think would be an amazing idea. Give it a little throwback from back in the day where they did tournament style round fights. So back in the day when UFC first came around, it was the Wild West. There are some people that fought 4, 5, 6 times a night. I think they called it, what, King of the Hill or something like that. Crazy stuff, which I think I will throw some of those videos in here because they are insane. Just seeing how the development of the sport, what was allowed back then and what isn't allowed now. The different styles back then and how one-dimensional certain people were, and really see who developed the quickest and who came out on top because they were able to incorporate more fighting types. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry for World War III and all the bullshit that had to happen tonight. But guess what? It's life, right? Shit happens. Anyway, KO that sub, jab that like, praise God, tell someone you love them, and I will catch you next time. Peace.